How's it going, YouTube world? Welcome back to the channel, and I hope that everybody is doing well. Hey, today's video, I'm gonna go out and do some more practicing on this Harley Davidson Road Glide. I'm gonna do some slow speed turns from stop, left and right. Just a few things I didn't do on my last practice session. I'm gonna also do some swerving with my cones that I have here. I'm gonna set them up. And so I'm gonna take y'all along with me, and y'all make sure I'm getting out here practicing on y'all bagger bikes, you know, because you just never know when these slow speed maneuvers may assist you in an emergency situation. Yeah, it's a nice day out today. The sun is out. I think it's like 81 degrees right now, but the wind is blowing. You can tell the weather is about to change, that fall weather. I love fall riding. It's perfect. It's like cool, not too hot, not too cold. It's just right there in that median, you know, that perfect weather type. So yeah, so I hope y'all still out here riding and getting all your riding in. Summer's about to end, so it's not gonna be too hot. And so yeah, I'm gonna take y'all along with me. I'm gonna find a different parking lot to kind of practice in. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all practicing and y'all make sure y'all riding. Again, I appreciate y'all for watching the channel. And so yeah, we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna take y'all along with me. Let's go.
In the land of passion.
Alright, we got us a parking lot. Go ahead and sit up here. Make sure ain't no glass around here. Alright, no, ain't no glass. Alright, ain't no glass, so we'll sit up here, y'all. Alright, y'all, so I've made it to the parking lot where I'm gonna do my practicing in. I'm gonna set up my cones. And first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do left turns from a stop. And then I'll do the other side, a right turn from stops, complete stop. And so just imagine if I'm gonna do it from this little area here. So just, you know, let's just make believe if this side here is a cliff, you know, can you make a left turn without going into the cliff? Just hypothetically speaking, you know, this is a joke. So this is gonna be our cliff. This is going to be our safety zone here. Can we make a left turn, you know, from a stop in this safety zone right here? You know, can we make a right turn in this safety zone right here? So I'm gonna set y'all up, set my cones, and let's knock it out, baby. And then after that, I'll do some I'll do some swerving left and right, you know, and I'll set y'all up with that too. Make sure y'all get out here and practice. It feels good out here, man. It's like 79 degrees, 78 degrees. It's a cool breeze that's coming in. So yeah, let's knock it out, baby. I got my cones here. These some cones that I had when I used to coach, you know, hoops, you know, so I just kept up with them, and we'll set them up, baby. Got them off of Amazon. Wasn't much. I think they were like maybe 20 bucks for 10. So set it up. So that'll be our starting point, and then we gotta make our left turn. That's enough space for, you know, that's enough space for you to make a left turn, you know. Just think if traffic is coming and you need to get in traffic, I mean, this is a lane here. So, slow speed, left turn. Let's knock it out. All right, y'all, so there was a few practice runs with the left turn. I think I did fairly good. You know, it's my back brakes, I can just smell them, and that kind of throws me off a little bit. But everything worked out well. So it's just pretty much from slow speeds. I actually, you know, you get your RPMs up, you gotta turn that wheel, turn that head, and look, you know, so it ain't too bad. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just manage your weight, you know, when you're doing your slow speeds, and you gotta just make sure you keep that rear brake covered. A lot of people who teach slow speed maneuvers, they tell you keep that rear brake covered. If you can kind of manage that and clutch control, you can knock slow speeds out easily. I mean, with no problem. All right, y'all, so we finna start back up. I'm gonna actually do my slow speeds from the right turn, and we're gonna knock it out. It's actually a slight incline here, but it doesn't mean anything. It's the same thing. Just measure your RPMs on the incline. I just met one of my subscribers. You know, he was out here working, you know, for his company. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. If you don't mind me shouting you out, thank you for watching the channel. I really appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all. But yeah, so let's go ahead on and knock out this slow speeds. Again, like I said, I'm coming up from an incline. Basically, it's all about the rear brake, man. That's all. Once you get that RPM, you're in that friction zone, just give it enough RPMs and then just throttle on out of it. But yeah, so I got it set up here on my right side, and we're gonna knock it out. Yeah, I appreciate that. I like meeting people out here in these streets. Shout out to you, Corey. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, let's go ahead and knock it out, y'all. right, y'all, so that's actually right turns from a stop. I think I did pretty good for the most part. Still getting used to this hog. The handlebars, of course, like I said, when you turn, just for the previous bike on that Kawasaki Vaquero, my handlebars were low, you know, so when I did my slow speeds, it wasn't as bad, you know, because the handlebars is low. With this bike, my handlebars are up a little bit, so I just take a little adjustment to do it, you know, left and right. But for the most part, it's all about getting that friction zone. If you know where your friction zone is on your bike, piece of cake. And try to keep me personally, I can only speak for me, I try to keep my throttle at least 2,000, 2,200 RPMs. That seems to work best for me, you know, especially with this bike. I'm still getting used to this bike. You don't want to burn your clutch out, you know, idling up really, really high. So, yeah. All right, last thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna just kind of do some, you know, swerving on my cones. Try to stay on the line here and just do some swerving from space to space. And yeah, we'll knock that out and we'll call it a day. I ain't gonna do too much. I'm just kind of encouraging y'all to just get out and do some slow speed maneuvering on your motorcycles, because you want to be able to handle that thing, you know. So, but yeah, all right. So I'm gonna set up my cones in a different direction and we'll get back to it. I'm gonna let the clutch and rear brakes actually cool off and we'll get back to it. All right, y'all, so I got my cones set up for my swerve exercise. Shout out to my guy Corey, he just passed by again. Yeah, so we're gonna do a little swerving here. Again, this parking lot comes at an angle, you know, it's a decline coming down, incline going up. Hey, I just wanted to try a different, you know, atmosphere. I mean, I always practice in the, you know, the other parking lot. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and knock this out and let's do it, baby. Pretty much with this exercise, you pretty much want to just kind of dip your bike. Just a swerve, you know, mechanism, swerve maneuver, and that's all we're doing, just swerving. And it's gonna be at low speeds, not too fast. So let's go ahead and knock it out. Oh yeah, when I'm out here practicing, I keep my helmet on just for safety. You never know. I could take a hard fall. Don't want to mess up that cranium, baby. So yeah, let me go ahead and knock this out. All right, y'all, so I changed the setup real quick. I'm actually gonna, I guess, 2 parking spaces. I'm gonna swerve in between 2 parking spaces versus just the one. I'll do that for another day. But yeah, we're gonna knock it out between 2 parking spaces. So we're just basically swerving and dipping, swerving and dipping. You know, that's all we're doing. Let's get to it. We're gonna go again. I'm gonna push it back a little bit. so I can get some more cones. See if I can utilize all my cones. Can't really see this line. All right, this will be good enough. All right, y'all, so that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, make sure you out here practicing on these big baggers, because you just never know when your slow speed maneuvers could save your life. You know, that's all. It's all about having fun. Of course, we all could ride in a straight line, but you know, what can you do when that bike's going slow? Can you handle it? You know, so, but yeah, just a quick exercise. Now I'm finna probably go out and ride and get some wind therapy and head on back to the house. But thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Later.